Somewhere in your gut right now, something is tearing apart a wall. It's not a virus, it's not a parasite you picked up from bad water or a foreign country. It has been there since before you could walk, and your body invited it in. In fact, your body cannot survive without it, and if you removed it, all of it, you would not become cleaner. You would become something fragile and strange, and you would probably not last long. Here is what is actually happening inside you, said plainly. You are not a single organism. You're an ecosystem, and some of what lives inside that ecosystem is, right now, actively consuming you. Not in a metaphorical way, in a measurable, biological, happening this second way. Let us start with numbers, because the numbers are where the horror lives. Your body contains roughly 37 trillion human cells. That sounds like a lot, it is. But the number of microbial cells living on and inside you, bacteria, fungi, archaea, is somewhere in the same range. For a long time, scientists said we were outnumbered 10 to 1. That turned out to be an overestimate, but even the correct figure is extraordinary. You're roughly 1 to 1. For every human cell, about 1 microbial cell. You are, in a very real sense, half not you. Most of these organisms live in your gut. About 100 trillion individual microbes in the large intestine alone, representing somewhere between 500 and 1,000 different species. They're not just passing through, they're working. They're fermenting the fiber you eat, producing vitamins your body cannot make on its own, vitamin K, several B vitamins, and signaling your immune system about what is safe and what is not. They're in communication with your brain through what researchers now call the gut-brain axis, a highway of nerves and chemical signals that is so active, some scientists half-seriously call the gut a second brain. But here is the part that does not make it into health magazine articles. Some of these bacteria right now are breaking down the lining of your intestine. The intestinal lining is 1 cell thick. 1. A single layer of epithelial cells separating everything inside your gut, including the entire civilization of microbes, from your bloodstream and organs. And those cells are constantly being eroded, colonized, and consumed by the organisms that live on the other side of them. Your body knows this is happening. It responds by replacing those cells at an almost violent rate. The entire lining of your intestine replaces itself every 2 to 4 days. Every 4 days, your gut tears itself down and rebuilds it, because the alternative is letting the frontier collapse entirely. You are not maintaining a stable structure. You are in a constant state of controlled demolition. And that is not even the strangest part. Inside your own cells, your human cells, the 37 trillion that you would call definitively yours, there is a process running right now called autophagy. Auto meaning self, phagy from the Greek meaning eating. Self-eating. Your cells on a schedule break down and devour their own components. Damaged proteins, worn-out organelles, misfolded molecular machinery. The cell identifies them, wraps them in a membrane and digests them. Recycles the parts. Uses them to build something new. This is not disease. It is not damage. Autophagy is so essential to life that the scientist who figured out how it worked, a Japanese cell biologist called Yoshinori Osumi, won the Nobel Prize for it in 2016. Turn off autophagy and cells fill with garbage. They become dysfunctional, then toxic, then cancerous. Autophagy is the reason your cells do not drown in their own waste. It is housekeeping, except the house is eating itself to stay clean. Every day, your body breaks down between 200 and 300 grams of protein this way. For context, that's more than you likely eat. Your body is consuming itself faster than you can feed it, and then rebuilding it from the scraps. You are a process, not a thing. Now add one more layer, because we're not done. Your immune system, the part of you that is supposed to protect you from being eaten, is itself one of the most aggressive consumers in your body. White blood cells, called macrophages, move through your tissues right now, doing something called phagocytosis. They engulf and digest foreign material, dead cells, bacteria, debris. The word phagocytosis comes from the same Greek root as autophagy, eating. Your defenders are eaters, and they do not just eat invaders, they eat you. Dead and dying cells, cells that are behaving incorrectly, cells that have been flagged by the immune system as potential threats. Every day your immune system kills somewhere between 50 and 70 billion of your own cells. 50 to 70 billion per day. This process has a name, apoptosis, programmed cell death. Cells that are told to die by the immune system, by neighboring cells, by signals from the body, follow a set of molecular instructions and dismantle themselves from the inside. They do not burst or leak, they fold inward, packaging their own contents neatly and wait to be consumed by macrophages. It is an almost orderly self-destruction, almost dignified if you could say that about a cell. And it is not an edge case. Apoptosis is not what happens when things go wrong. It is happening constantly in every tissue as a feature. The alternative, cells that refuse to die when signaled, is called cancer. So, here is where we are. Your gut lining is being consumed and rebuilt every few days. Your cells are eating their own internal parts on a rolling schedule. Your immune system is killing tens of billions of your own cells today. The microbes sharing your body are, in some cases, literally breaking down the barrier between your gut and your bloodstream, and your body is racing to repair it faster than the damage accumulates. What does this mean? It means the thing you call your body, the stable, continuous, singular thing that you have identified as yourself your whole life, is not actually stable. It is a rate, a speed, a process that looks like an object only because the renewal keeps pace with the consumption. You are less like a statue and more like a flame. You have a shape, and the shape persists, but the material is always changing, always burning, always being replaced. The ancient question, if the cells in your body are replaced, are you still you? Is usually asked as a philosophical puzzle, something to argue about over coffee. But the answer biology gives us is stranger than the philosophy. You are never fully replaced because different cells have wildly different lifespans. Red blood cells last about 120 days. Gut lining cells, as we said, last 2 to 4 days. The neurons in your cerebral cortex, many of them are as old as you. You have brain cells that have been alive since before you could form a memory. Cells that have survived every injection, every fever, every night of bad sleep. Meanwhile, the cells lining your mouth have been replaced so many times the atoms in them have cycled through dozens of versions of you. There is no moment where you were last fully yourself. There is no stable checkpoint. There is only the process, always slightly ahead of the decay, always narrowly winning. The unsettling thing is not that something is eating you. The unsettling thing is that the eating is what keeps you alive. Stop the autophagy, stop the apoptosis, stop the microbial demolition and rebuilding of your gut wall, and the whole system ceases. You are not a body being attacked, you are a body made of controlled attacks. The destruction is load-bearing. So the next time you sit quietly and feel nothing happening, no pain, no fever, no signal from below, know that the quiet is an illusion of scale. Down at the level where things are actually occurring, it is busy in a way that has no human analog. 50 billion cells are dying, walls are being eaten and rebuilt. Something that is you and something that is not you are cooperating so seamlessly that from the outside it looks like stillness. You are very much alive, and that is exactly what it costs.